Thanks for joining us with BobShots Travel. Come travel the world with us. Time to see where we're headed next. On the way to Naples, we stopped in Tampa at the Current Hotel, a newly opened Marriott Autograph Collection property on the water at Rocky Point, a recommended spot. We enjoyed drinks at the rooftop bar Rocks and the sun setting over Tampa Bay. The restaurant Julian provided unexpected good food and service and really made our stay. The next morning we headed out for the drive to Naples, starting on this cool bridge over Tampa Bay on the Sunshine Skyway. As soon as we arrived in Naples, we headed to the beach at Clam Pass. On the north end of town, for an $8 parking fee, you take the shuttle across the boardwalk, through the mangroves, to an isolated and beautiful beach, with an open-air restaurant serving decent food and good drinks.
Alright, here we are, finally at the beach.
After many visits to Naples over the years, for the first time we saw large flocks of migrating seabirds, in this case terns, which were cool to watch. It made me feel like I was shooting a nature documentary, or watching a live version of an Escher drawing. That night, we met my parents for dinner at Don Tequila, with solid Mexican food and great live music, an enjoyable evening. The next day, we took a walk on the beach with my sister and her family after a stop at Le Petit French Cafe for coffee and treats, and scouted locations for the family photo shoot later that day. We didn't get the sunset we were hoping for, but the light was good, and using my Canon SLR on a tripod with a remote worked out well, at least in most cases. We did have a bit of fun with some of the group pics. And I think we got next year's Christmas card. After a rainy Sunday where we had a great brunch at M Waterfront Grill, the next day was a windy one at the beach. So the kite surfers were out to take advantage. I got some cool shots with the telephoto lens, and it looked like they were having a ton of adrenaline-fueled fun. So we're hanging at the beach. We finally had a nice sunny day. Our beach spot for the day was Park Shore Beach, a semi-private beach with a nicely landscaped park. The area residents have 2 beach parking passes per house or condo. They kept some of the mangroves rather than building all the way up to the water. I had planned on flying my drone and was bummed to find it was a no-fly zone for the Naples airport. That night, we headed down to 5th Avenue South in Old Naples, where they put on a really nice light show for the holidays.
What happened?
We had not spent much time on 5th Avenue, as my parents lived on the north side of town, and were surprised how much more lively it had become. We spent Christmas at church with the family, and since it was Wednesday, the camel helped us celebrate Hump Day. After a nice Christmas meal with the family, we relaxed in the sun at their condo's pool. One of my favorite things about Naples at Christmas time are all the tall palm trees with lights around them, which makes the whole place even cooler. We headed back downtown to 5th Avenue. After walking around, we enjoyed some drinks at Bar Tulia, a cool little spot on 5th Avenue. The next day we headed back to the beach at Clam Pass. Thank portrait mode on the iPhone for this cool shot. Nice sunny day at the beach. I'm about to go fly the drone. Flying my drone at Clam Pass, you can see that the developers kept a large swath of mangroves and placed the high-rises well back from the Gulf front. It showed incredible foresight and makes this part of Florida somewhat unique, giving you a feeling like you're on an isolated beach. The area is known as Pelican Bay. First developed in the 70s by the real estate division of Westinghouse. I love how the high-rises are painted with light as the clouds part. One of the benefits of keeping the natural habitat is that you get visitors like this large gopher tortoise. Sea turtles also nest in the area beaches, and manatees and alligators are frequently spotted. Keep a lookout for birds and other wildlife as you head down the boardwalk. On our last day in Naples, I headed to Vanderbilt Beach at sunset to catch some shots with my drone, including the Ritz-Carlton Naples, on the north end of Pelican Bay. It wouldn't be BobShots without a dramatic pullback video, my signature shot. One of the nice things about hanging out at Vanderbilt Beach is grabbing a drink at the Ritz open-air bar and beachfront restaurant Gumbo Lumbo, which you can see right in front of the hotel. Or sitting down for some casual food and drinks with a view. It's not as expensive as you might think. As the sun sets on our trip to Naples, I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride. If so, give it a like. If you want to see more, click that BobShots button on the left to subscribe now and join us for more of our travels around the world.